This is my site on 2454 Telegraph Avenue, and it's in the intersection of Hayes and Telegraph. And it's a really big site. It's 9,529 square feet. And it used to be the Cody's bookshop, but now it's just abandoned, as you can see. And there's also this little flower shop. And this intersection is always really crowded with pedestrians and people. And this is the lot across the street. It's also empty. And also over here there's another lot that's empty that used to be a restaurant that burnt down. And then, so what I'm proposing right now, in front of this building, you can see there's a big plaza that I was proposing to put some trees in, some plants, just to kind of bring nature more into the city, and some tables and benches for people to sit on and enjoy the nice weather. And also I was proposing to build kind of like a mixed-use music venue for live music in the building, and as you can see it's really big, so it would be a really good site for that. And it's 2 stories, so on top I was thinking of doing kind of like a cafe or kind of like a museum that's dedicated to the history of Berkeley, especially during the free speech movement. And since the Cody's bookshop was so involved in the actual social movement, and I was thinking of doing like a museum type of tribute to it, where there's historical documents or just to exhibit all the history of Berkeley, basically. And so some potential like problems that I see with this site is that the parking all around the sites are only like 2 hours maximum, and they're all metered parking. And so it'll be really difficult for someone to attend like a long event here if they're only allowed to park for 2 hours. And also it's the same down on Hay Street. It's still just like 2-hour limit parking, and it's metered, and usually it's really hard to find parking. As you can see, like all the parking spots are taken right now. There's also a lot of pedestrians here. So what I propose to do is, instead of adding in more parking and everything, I wanted to put some bike racks actually in front of the Cody's bookstore, like on all this space right here. To put some more bike racks here because there aren't any, and so it's not really accessible for people to ride their bikes to this store or to the venue. And so there's like one bike rack right here, but that's it. And so I wanted to add more bike racks to encourage different modes of transportation, to not really have to go in a car, because as you can see it's limited parking space. And also that I don't want to have a lot of cars because of like traffic congestion, because this is a really big intersection, and if there was some type of music concert that's going on, it would probably get really congested here, and that's something I would want to avoid too. Another potential problem, I think, is that right next to the venue there's residential housing, basically, if you can see it right here. It's basically right across, right next to it, and so another potential problem would just be the noise issue, but I think I'm proposing to solve that by just making sure the building is very insulated with sound-proof walls and stuff. So yeah, I think it shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. And then finally, the last thing that I propose for this building is some type of like a rooftop garden at the top, which is also environmental, but it also will look really good, and it'll be a nice space for students to come up and study in the nice like nature. So this is my site, and it's on Telegraph and Haste, and right now it's just boarded up and abandoned, as you can see. And I think it's a very large space, and it would be great for my venue, which should house like local live music, and also the upstairs for a type of museum or cafe.